Hello everyone, my name is Haley Peterson and today I am going to discuss the differences between the Alliant Lesson Plan template and other lesson plan templates that I have seen and used. The Alliant Lesson Plan template has more sections and detail than the other lesson plans that I have viewed before and referenced. The sections that are in the Alliant Lesson Plan but are not in other lesson plans are how the theory is applied, measurable objectives, assessment, diverse learners, differentiation, classroom management, an opening, an introduction of new material, guided practice, independent practice, a closing, homework, social and emotional skills, and a reflection. The Alliant Lesson Plan asks for a lesson summary instead of bullet points of the different objectives, and it also asks what theories will be applied within the lesson. This is not a part of the other lesson plans that I have seen. The Alliant Lesson Plan also calls for measurable objectives, where the teacher must create an assessment, formative or summative, to monitor the progress of the students. This is a very different lesson plan than I have previously viewed because the other lesson plans just want to know what the curriculum and lesson objectives are. There's also a diverse learner section in the Alliant Lesson Plan template, and this is where the teacher identifies what both the teacher and student will be doing for the different types of learners in the classroom. The Alliant Lesson Plan template also has a differentiation section where the teacher needs to provide how the student will complete the lesson with the proper supports. There's also a classroom management section, and this is very unique to the Alliant Lesson Plan template. This section asks questions as to how the teacher will create the best learning environment possible for the students that they serve. The template also asks for each step of the lesson plan with the opening and introduction to new material, guided practice, independent practice, and closing. These sections are not in the other lesson plans that I referenced. These sections also provide step-by-step instructions in how to teach the lesson. Overall, the Alliant Lesson Plan template is very detailed and will better prepare an educator to teach each lesson as long as they appropriately fill out the template. The three elements that I will find challenging within this lesson plan template are the diverse learners, differentiation, and creating the steps for the opening, introduction of new material, guided practice, independent practice, and closing sections. I find the diverse learners to be a fascinating section that will be very beneficial when teaching special education. The challenging part will be finding the different ways to best support each of my students in their learning process. I think finding the different learning processes will be challenging because some students learn different subjects in different ways, and trying to figure out the best ways to teach them in each subject will be very difficult. I also believe the differentiation section will be another challenging part of the Alliant Lesson Plan template. This is a section that allows students to show their knowledge in the ways that best fit their learning style. This will be challenging because I will constantly need to think of and create different ways to help the students learn and show their knowledge in a way that best suits them. Another challenging aspect of this section is figuring out what to say when the students complain about not having to do the same tasks as their peers because their learning tasks have been differentiated. I think creating the steps for the opening, the introduction of new material, guided practice, independent practice, and closing sections will be challenging because it is very difficult to divide the lesson plan I have created in my head into these sections and then state what I will say and do to teach that lesson. I have learned that in special education, I always need to be flexible, so having a set plan to follow is very challenging. These are the three aspects of the Alliant Lesson Plan template that I will find to be the most challenging when filling it out. Thank you and have a great day.